So this morning afternoon was really hectic. I ended up clocking in really late. Like it's currently 3:30. Not 3:30. I clocked in like after 3:30. Like I got to the hotel little bit before 3:30, but there was a queue because there's loads of people. And if you didn't know already, a lot of hotel staff have gone back to their own countries because this country is racist. But anyway, so so there's only like one person on reception and everything, which I didn't mind. It was just the fact that everything, like the trains, just delayed. That's the thing. Like I don't mind the fact that I had to wait to clock in. It's just the fact that I could have been here a little bit earlier, but because of the trains and the havoc with the trains, I'm kind of annoyed. And my foundation is clearly too light for my skin. I've just noticed that. Anyway, so it is Friday, so I'm off to the Corey Taylor and the Cherry Bombs opening night. It's like 4:30 now. I was meant to leave ages ago, but as I said, I've long just clocked in and out of the bath, get ready, and everything like that. So, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, how do? Oh yeah! Who lives in the pineapple under the sea? I'm Normanton yellow and poison sea. It's not other nonsense, be something you wish. Drop on the deck and foam like a fish. Don't give a fuck about that song. Oh, okay. I only played half of that. It's all
That was a good show. I might add clips, I might not, just because there was a lot of kind of one, because of the copyright from the Cherry Bombs, and two, there was a lot of flashing strobe lights in, and I don't want to cause anyone to have an epileptic fit. But now I get why the show was 18 plus, because the Cherry Bombs are like, I don't know if you'd call them exotic dancers, because I don't remember what exotic dancers are, but it's very kind of sexual, but it like, they use it to tell a story, if that makes sense. So they tell a story through dance, but it's very kind of like sexual, like they're wearing like what's that word you say? Like, they're wearing clothes, but like scantily clad. I think that's the word for it. But yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if I could not speak tomorrow because OMG the screaming I did. And I was so happy. So even though I left later than I thought I was going to be, I was literally right at the front, like literally just in front, just behind one person. So that actually wasn't that bad. But yeah, so it is now. I'm going to go quickly grab something from the vending machine to eat, and then I'm going to chill, try and fall myself to sleep so I can then, get good night's sleep for tomorrow. Morning people, I am currently just uploading as much videos as I can on both my Instagram
both also my personal one and my music review one. And I'm using like their basic, so I'm in a Premiere and I'm using like their basic Wi-Fi. So you can upgrade for a charge, but there's no point, especially today, because I might be going to the Odeon to see Halloween Kills, even though everyone hates it. But I might actually just bring alcohol in, which I have done before, brought alcohol into the cinema, just to make it a little bit enjoyable. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things where it's just people overreacting because it's not how they wanted it to end, that sort of thing, but the reviews are kind of like we dislike it, but I need to see it. Like it's one of those things where okay, I actually need to see this. So yeah, because I saw the other two, so it's like I just need to see it.
And of course, I am running running late today because I didn't realise how long it was actually going to take me. Because when I first tried, did the whole makeup thing, like a makeup test, I realised I kind of rushed it. It was just to check how I was going to like blend in the body paint and foundation and everything. But yeah, so it's like just past like 8 minutes past. I mean, it doesn't matter too much just because I do have a diamond pass, but still. There will be a click queue for the diamond pass people, so I am off. I know this week is going to piss me off all day, but you know. Which reminds me, I need to at some point bring my glasses because I need to kind of see who's. Yeah, I'm just. You know, guys, that I am blind. If you know me in person, I'm kind of blind when it comes to distance. So, yeah. Hey guys, I am back. I've taken the wig off straight away. I give it a little bit of brush. A top tip with longer wigs is better to brush it while it's on your head. But anyway, unless you've got a what's it head. But anyway, so first off, yes, my face is looking a bit of a mess now. It's kind of like in blotches of like blue and stuff. But other than that, the rest of my body, the blue stayed on really well. I will do a review of the setting powder I use. It didn't really surprise me with my face just because my face does get like I have combination skin, but usually I use like a powder to set it, but because obviously it's like a mix of foundation and body paint, I kind of didn't expect it to necessarily stay on really well, but it's weird how it's kind of got it in like patches, if that makes any sense. Like that bit over here has got a lot, like the blues come through. Like the foundation has disappeared and the blues kind of come through, if that makes any sense. But yeah, and obviously on my fingers, I mean, I washed my hands like once. I try not to go to the toilet, but I washed my hands once. So there's that, and you know, it was gonna happen anyway because it's just eyeshadow. It was gonna sort of wear out going in and out my bag and stuff like that. So if you saw my Manchester vlog at the bowlers, you would know I was a little bit. It was kind of not the best experience I had. So going into this one, I wasn't really expecting much, but it's actually is pretty like decent. Obviously, it's a lot cooler, so it wasn't as hot. So there weren't like massive queues at the bar anyway. They did open up the Katina bar upstairs anyway, so a lot of them could have just gone up there. So my main concern is I thought it was going to be over like a lot of people because when they sold out they opened a few more tickets. I was a bit worried about that, but the way this was set up you could easily just hide from the crowd. So basically they had like a massive stage, so it was bigger than Comic Con, and that was because obviously for the opening night and the after party as well that's happening tonight, which I'm not going to. So there's that. So they kind of put them all in another sort of room that was connected, which was kind of small. You did still have a few stalls where the stage is, but most of it was for like autographs and photos. So you could easily, so it did get a bit get packed in there later on, but you could easily escape if you just couldn't do, like there was places to hide, if that makes any sense. It wasn't like Leicester Comic Con that time, yeah, a long time ago now, so you could easily come out if you did need a breather. So there's that. But overall, I did enjoy it a lot more than the Manchester Comic Con. But obviously, it was different circumstances then. It mainly that bothered me there was the heat. I will say the organisations with this company are not the greatest. Obviously, it was not like too bad, but it wasn't like I think they, to be fair, at that point, I think they were a bit confused as well, because what had happened with so if you paid for or an autograph or was it just for autograph and photos, it was a popular person like Corey Taylor. I can't remember who the other David Attic, well, basically the popular ones. I can't even say his last name, but the popular ones, they sent you an email to choose a time slot. They assumed it was this, with the same thing with the Terrifier clown. So he was doing, so the actor was doing separate ones without being costumes. He was then, and then he did the costumed ones. So it was confusing everyone at this point. So it was a little bit of confusion and stuff like that. But other than that, they're okay. It wasn't like an organisation where I was like shit. But like last year, earlier on this year, it was worse. So they did kind of improve on that anyway. I do want to mention the photos though, because I wasn't so the Comic Cons that I've been to, well, the only Comic Cons I've been to where I've had a photo is the MCM ones. So I don't know about anybody else, but the thing is, it's slightly rip off. £3 isn't that much if you think about it, but it is in a way because a lot of these what's it will charge a lot. So I'll show you the photos in a minute, but the photos, so they're like this small, so you only get the upper side, if that makes any sense. If you want the bigger ones, you have to pay £3. The issue with that is MCM don't do that, and it's kind of not fair because you've already paid. So for me, it cost altogether for the two photos I got. I spent 120 quid, so it's £60 each at this point. Surely, do you really want to charge an extra pad? I don't know if it's because they don't get the money. The money goes straight to the performer, and then they're just trying to get extra money. I don't know, but it seems really unfair. to be honest with you, I didn't get the bigger what's it's because it was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It is a shame, but then again, I can put them like um I can have smaller frames because I'm not gonna lie, my room hasn't got enough of the bigger frames. But I thought that was a bit tight. As I said, I've never got a photo with these guys. Manchester Comic Con, um, earlier on this year, um, I only got an autograph, so it was kind of I didn't get the photos. When they say got the photos, that's just a bit of a rip off. Me nice, bit of a rip off. It may not be if you're going for more of the like lower costing autograph photos, but even then I wouldn't even bother because it's like no, just it seems a bit kind of yeah. Anyway. I forget what I said about the photos. I forgot. I believe you get the digital version as well. I completely forgot. So maybe it's not a rip off because you do get a digital version. I believe so. I believe Manchester their Comic Con. I believe they do. So I'm sure it's the same with this. So come to say is it rip off? Not really, because I think MCM they charge you if you want a digital version. Now I feel bad. I only just realised I was literally taking the photos to put on like social media, and I just realised, hold on, I think they come out a bit later on in the week, but I swear down, I think they do it. So actually sketch what I just said there about the photo because I think they do digital versions. And then the digital version, I think it's just the normal like big size, I believe. But yeah, so maybe not a rip off, maybe me just being a dick. I don't know. I don't know anymore. So you may or may not have heard of Terrifier. Actually, you would have heard of the second one, Indefinite. So when I couldn't sleep on a Thursday, I woke up at 2 a.m. I decided to watch the film, and I thought it was brilliant. The clown creeped me out, which is called the Art Clown, played by David Thornton. And in my non-sleeping kind of in my head, I decided to buy tickets with him for a photo with him dressed as
Art the Clown. So this was in the afternoon. I was fucking shitting it. I'm just like, what the please just because right, usually all right with clowns, but oh my days, this clown! If you've not seen Terrifier, you need to see it. Like, it's gory. I'm not usually a massive fan of gore, but this character just makes the film, and oh, it gets crazy basically. So yeah, I was kind of shitting it in the queue and everything, but yeah, it's a photo, so pretty cool. Not that scary in real life. I mean, he didn't do the kind of he didn't like, because when I was in the queue for um what's it for the opening night, one of the guys was saying he was a bit worried because some of them like to, when they're in costume, like to act in character, and I was like, as long as he doesn't do that stare or does that smile and waves, I'm fine. So there's that one, and then the first one I got, which was like an hour after going in, is obviously the Corey Taylor one, which is pretty cool. So there's that, and then I got my DVD signed by Harvey Stevens, who was the original Omen. I have to say something, right? Because, so he said something. So he was on the question and answer panel, and someone asked, obviously, because he was young when he did it. So he's not remember everything, but one of them mentioned, was there any kind of like, did you notice the curses and stuff? And he said no. But he said, because he was young, but he said as he grew up and now he sees 666 like more times than normal, like a normal person. Like, you know how you normally say, oh, that's a coincidence of 666. Well, he sees it more times than a coincidence, which was proper like creepy. But yeah, I got that signed. So I didn't. So those were 60 quid each, the photos, which I mentioned earlier. And I think this was around like £30, something like that for the signature. So yeah. Next thing I got was this hand. It feels so, I'm not sure what material it is, but it feels like a real hand and it's kind of creepy. But I got it because I thought it'd be cool to use as a ring holder. But I got it from this place here, Pigeon Greek, and they, please tell me you didn't see that code. Actually, I'm going to show you the code. I mean, it's only 10% off. I think you can use it anyway. I suppose. I thought it was just like a one-off, but I think she's giving it to like everyone who purchased. But you get, it's only 10% off anyway. But yeah, she does like these like gruesome ears, fingers. And it feels, oh, every time I touch it. Thing is, I got this cute little gift box. Well, gift box like this, like, well, it advertised as a gift box. And this one is the obviously Nightmare on Elm Street, but this is specifically for the Dream Warriors film, because a lot of the cast were there. I was so sad, obviously sad when the fact that what's her name again? How have I just forgotten her name? My brain. To be fair, I need coffee. I actually need coffee. Oh, what's her name again? You know, if you knew about this Comic Con, you'll know who I'm talking about. I was really disappointed that she couldn't like make it, because I mean, I was disappointed about the whole Halloween cast, but then this one was more devastating, because I do prefer Nightmare on Elm Street more than the Halloween films. But you get this with it, which is cute. Some glossy stickers, chocolate. By the way, you can get these separately as well. And then the Star Awake Fast Action bottle design. What I next picked up, Splice, I recently watched, and I did like because every movie I watch I don't always review on YouTube. I'll just put a summary on my Instagram, which will be linked down below. Anyway, well, not linked, but my handle will be down below, both of my Instagram but anyway, and I thought it was really weird. It was cool and weird at the same time, and I saw it, so I thought I'd pick that up. And then this one, I'm meaning to watch this one. So this was sequel to the other one, which I can't remember now what that one's called, but following the character Nika. And yeah, I really like that one, and I'm meaning to watch this one, and I saw it, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And then we have a horror mystery box, 10 DVDs for £5. First one, He's Out There. I've not heard of this one. This looks like a slasher. Next one is The Real. Maybe the sticker is covering it. It's just not a game. Oh my god, it's true based on a true story. Oh, okay. Oh, what happens when you use a Ouija board? I don't know why people use them, to be fair. Next one is Haunted. I've not heard of this one. The Cellar Door sounds familiar. It sounds familiar. It sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure about it. I probably have heard of it. Phantasium. I've definitely heard of Phantasium. Phantasium Oblivion. I've never seen any of them, but I have heard of Phantasium. Visitors. I've not heard of this one before. Bless the Child. Sounds familiar. Sounds a little bit familiar. Phototype. Not heard of this one. The future is not friendly. This one looks like quite an old. 2004 is not that old. Saw. I've heard of Saw. I've seen Saw. I've just not got it on DVD, so that's a lucky one. And the Skeleton Key. I've not seen this in years. I believe I first saw this with my mum years and years ago, but I cannot remember what happens in it. I think my mum was a bit scared, but I cannot remember the whole plot or anything like that. And then finally, like I get most of the time when I go to the cons, because they're pretty much at more or less every Comic Con that happens in the UK is by, I think they're called the Cupcake Company. I can't remember, but yeah, these are the cupcakes I got this time. I have tried that one before. I believe these two are like, well, these three are all Halloween ones, and it looks like it's got a Biscoff one, but yeah. So I was going to go to the cinema, but I kind of just spent and spent. So I kind of need what's left. Like, I can't, if that makes any sense. I get paid next week with my new job. I believe it's next week. If it's the end of the month, next week. But the money I've got now that I've set aside is literally for food, so because I need to eat. But yeah, if you didn't know, yeah, I live with my parents, but I like to buy my own food. So yeah, that makes it weird to some people, but yeah, it's because since I moved home and then came back in, I was just used to doing it myself. So I know I could save money if they just, yeah, but you know, and it helps them out anyway, so they don't have to then buy extra food unless it's Chris, because it's my kryptonite. So I'm just going to head to the traffic centre, just have a look around, get something to eat, may get a few stuff, but as I said, I can't really overspend because I've kind of overspent already. But yeah. So I picked up some frames from Asda. They are cheap, and you can tell they're cheap. But I was not about to spend 15 quid on a frame from John Lewis. But yeah, so now, I also picked up some pan ox raisins for morning. What I'm going to do now is end this vlog here, and I'm going to pop a film on, browse on Prime Video, look for a film, and yeah.